Hello, welcome to Arcade Couch, the best place to chill with friends to get game goodness each and every Monday. My name's Dylan Blight, and joining me on the couch this week, Ashley Hobley.
Hey Dylan, excited to be here. Look forward to a new Explosion Network Plus where you have to pay $50 and I don't give you anything extra.
That's right.
Or just go to kofi.com/Explosion Network.
Yeah, you can do that.
Same thing.
You literally get nothing extra. It's great. Literally get the same shit. Also, here, Kira Merchant.
Like, it's just, only good things happened this week, right? Like, no doom and gloom stories, no.
Incorrect. Old doom and gloom stories.
Yay!
Yay!
Nobody likes good news. That's why there's all the hater channels.
That's right. Gaming sucks. This shit sucks. The only good thing happening at the moment is that Kaisenet may get me my Bloodborne remake.
I saw that and I was like, Kai, man, buddy, I get it. You think you have a following, but at the same time, I don't look. There's been years of people trying to get a PC release.
I just like the idea
Lance
of
put
some
something out this week.
Huh?
Didn't Lance McDonald put out something? His patch or 60 frames per second thing?
I'm not sure. I just like the idea that like a bunch of Sony execs sitting somewhere going, have you seen the numbers on this dude streaming? Have we considered that? Did we know that people wanted that? Was that a thing? Was anyone aware? I wasn't aware. Like, is that...
Fuck, somebody should have said something.
People should have said something. What people have been saying stuff for years. I didn't see anything. That's for sure. Anyway. Yeah, not much to discuss this week. I've skipped a bunch of the upper middling stories just because for the sake of not bloating up the show for the sake of it, but there was like a THQ Nordic showcase thing this week. It had nothing in it of substance. Yes. Yeah, a few other bits and bobs.
Did they announce anything?
Yeah, well, they teased them. The biggest thing was they teased a new Darksiders, but it was literally like a 20-second just like teaser of hell, and there was like a new Darksiders game's coming.
Didn't they already tease another Darksiders?
No, they teased like the remake of the first one, some shit like ages ago.
Yeah.
But what this one is it a new one? Is it a remake? Is it a reboot? Is it a third-person action game? Is it a isometric RPG? Who knows? They got a new trailer for Epic Mickey in there. That was pretty cool. I think that's all that comes off the top of my head for that. And then also there's a couple doom and gloom stories in here, but another one I skipped, but I'll quickly go over, which is that Bungie fired a bunch of people for no reason. So fuck them.
Well, they restructured, it seemed like.
Yeah, sure.
Like they said that a lot of those people got moved to other parts of Sony.
Yeah, sure. Not from what those people are saying on Twitter. They're saying that.
Told you.
They're saying that, and the employees have told me something different, Ash. So
okay.
So I'm gonna choose.
Well, maybe they got fired so they could get benefits. I don't know. And then they get the choice to go to Sony. I don't know.
Fucking budget.
But then they also spun off an internal project to a new studio, right? That was the thing.
Yes, which everyone hates also because the artwork got leaked and everyone hates the artwork. So anyway, all right. Let me start with a fun story though.
Yay!
So my fun story is about a game called Thank Goodness You're Here.
What's
which
the
is
story?
Now available. What?
What's
the story? This is a great game and everyone should play it. That's my story.
Doesn't sound very newsworthy.
I don't know. So it's sort of hard to describe this game, but it's almost like it's somewhere between like the style and humor of something like a Monty Python sketch and the whimsical nature of a video game or something like, I don't know, Untitled Goose Game. So, because it's like, it is a game, yes, but also, it's basically ignoring any and all rules of what makes a thing a video game, really. They're just like trying to make something that's funny. And this is funny. This is like, this falls into the realm of funny video games, especially if you're a fan of this type of humor. And this type of humor, when I say it's similar to Monty Python sketch humor, I mean, like, it's just silly. Like, and it's British. So obviously it just makes you feel like it makes you remind you of a Monty Python. But the very minuscule story for this game is basically the game start, and this is how the second you know the game is sort of weird is the game starts and this dude shows you like this reel of all these like townspeople in this made up village or whatever, and it's like, come check out Ron's Pies, Ron's Big Pies down at Ron's Pies Bakery. Ron's Pies are bigger than Bon Pies. And then there's a dude who makes small pies, and his whole thing is he makes small pies, and these small pies are better than Bron's Pies because Bron Pies are big pies. And it's like all these like family run businesses, and there's like a fish shop and whatever else. And then I don't know who the hell you work for in this game. It doesn't really matter, but you work in an office building somewhere. I choose to believe it's London. I don't. Who can tell me otherwise? And then the game starts, and you finally get to control your little player character at the start. And he's like, "You're going to go down to that town, and you're going to do something." I still don't know what I'm doing there, but I'm going there. And I've played this game twice, so I've head down there. And at the start of the game, what you do is instead of walking out the front building, you jump out the window. And as you jump out the window, and then the dude in the office chair yells out, "Good God, man! Why didn't you take the front door?" And then like it cuts to a very weirdly put together opening credit sequence, and then suddenly you're in this town and you're waiting to speak to the mayor of the town about the thing that you're there to talk about, which I'm led to believe is important. It may be about tourism. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, you go explore the town, and then shenanigans ensue. You just meet people, and every time you meet someone, they're like, "Thank goodness you're here." And then there's like little. I don't even know if they're like what you would describe as a mini game. They're just odd, different elements of things that you do as you're roaming around this town. There's a dude who's like, and you're small for some reason, and also, I don't know if at some point Kieran started watching like a trailer or gameplay for this, or like, because I've just seen him staring at the screen as I've been talking, and then procedurally his face has got weirder and weirder. So, yeah. Have you not seen this before? Surely you would have seen this before.
No.
Matt Berry voices one of the characters, which is great. So he like voices one of the.
Does he voice a character from New York City?
No, he doesn't. He voices like this farmer who's obsessed with trying to grow the biggest tomato.
I just heard him. 3 dungarees and a flat cap.
Look, I don't want to go out on it and say that Kieran should probably play this game, but Kieran should probably play this game. There's even an option, so when you start the game, you can also choose to play it in like English or like non-English / Welsh or what like it just with no attempt to make it legible for people who suck at understanding accents, because currently the game subtitles all the and fixes the word. If someone says short. If anyone says like shorthand things, the subtitles fixes it if you play it in the normal settings and like says it in like normal English. But if you turn that setting off and play it, then it's just like I assume Americans have no hope is what I would say, because it is quite deep on the slang, I guess, is how it goes. And look, it almost there's the way the moment, like I enjoyed the first, like I'm enjoying the game. I'm 10 minutes into the game. And look, let me say this also. This game's 3 hours long. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying I played this, like I got through it in one sitting. I had a great time. I laughed. I was like, that's fantastic. Brilliant. But also I don't want to say too much because it's 3 hours long and you could easily spoil a bunch of it. But I'm 10 minutes into the game going, oh, this is sort of fun. I'm exploring the town when you first get there. I'm just going up to characters. There's only like 2 buttons in the game. It's like jump and square lets you slap everything that you want for some reason. And then I suddenly like walk up to this lawnmower and then I press X and it cuts to a scene where I'm just now moving the analog stick left to right as the the lawnmower goes back across the screen left to right, and at the front of the screen is these sunflowers going, "Oh, I like you. Oh, I like you. Oh, I like you," and then lawnmower. The lawnmower gets closer, and then fucking vroom, kills them, and then and this is where the level of the humor in this game is. So now there's one sunflower dead, and then the camera just pans slightly to the right, and there's suddenly another sunflower there. Oh, I like you. It's like, you know what? Probably a 10 out of 10. I don't know. So yeah, without saying too much, what I would say is thank goodness you're here is a very funny, and falls into the very slim category and list of video games that I generally think are funny, because it's a hard genre to do in the medium.
It's a tricky one.
And it's a tricky one, and I think this does succeed, at least in my opinion. Thank goodness you're here. Not related to the TV show. Thank
No
God
blue
you're here.
doors.
No blue doors. Well, actually, there is some blue doors, but no, I was going to say there's no scenes in the game where you suddenly change into a different, but that would be a lie. This game goes all over the place. Yeah. So I don't know who you gonna check it out, Kieran, or what are you gonna do?
I'm in half a mind of when we stop recording just to go download it and play it.
I feel like you would like it.
Yeah. Feels like
it's
the
not
right kind
special.
of. It feels like it's the right kind of dumb shit to play. You know.
Yeah. It's some good shit. How much is it?
It's $22 to $26, depending where you go.
Yeah. Fair.
Well, I was kind of thinking it does. I don't think I'd want to play it on my PC. I think I'd want to get it on PlayStation.
PlayStation, $22.90. You got PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
And it's got Platinum Trophy.
I don't.
Yeah. A couple of trophies I'm still missing. I'm waiting for someone to do a guide. Because they're all very random. I will give away one of the trophies I figured out, which is very dumb, which is simply it does like the Far Cry thing. And this is a weird reference, but it does the Far Cry thing where at the start of the game where it starts and you're sitting in the mayor's office.
Oh, you could just sit and wait there.
Yeah, the woman goes, "He'll be with you shortly," and she begins just playing solitaire on the computer. And I was like, okay. And then obviously you get up and leave and go explore the town, and that's where the game happens. I'm not exaggerating when I think I sat there for 20 minutes and then then the mayor comes out, says, "Come in," and then the credits roll. So, yeah. Without you going on the shenanigans expedition of exploring the town and seeing all its lovely different characters. So, but no, good game, would suggest. All right, let's get into some news stories. Firstly, the very weirdly titled delay of Avowed. IGN writes, Xbox has announced it's delaying Avowed from later in 2024 to February 2025 to quote-unquote give players backlogs some breathing room. Xbox shared the news on Twitter alongside a graphic showing all of its currently announced first-party Xbox games, saying also, quote, so many games coming. As such, we're moving Avowed to February 14th to give players backlogs some breathing room. Stay tuned for more from our games across Activision, Blizzard, Bethesda, and Xbox Game Studios at Gamescom, including our August 23rd live stream for a look at Avowed. Now, just a quick catch-up for those playing at home. Their slate is World of Warcraft War Within, if you want to count that, August 26th. Age of Mythology Retold, September 4th. Ara, History Untold, September 24th. Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred, that's a DLC expansion, October 8th. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, October 25th, that's coming to everything. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, November 19th, 2024. And then Indiana Jones is apparently still this year, and Starfield's DLC is apparently still this year, but that's it. So they had a really tight schedule for people at home. The Xboxes, I think that the Xboxes were probably going to be on so much playing all those Xbox games that they may have burnt up. So I think they did everyone a good favor.
When you go 0 to 100,
Yeah, it's You got to slowly accelerate. You can't fucking run flat down to put on the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do we think of this, Karen?
I don't. Well, I guess it's shit because it feels like Microsoft. You had a nice period where you could have just slammed through some easy home runs while PlayStation has not much. Astrobot, which is Astrobot, but
Don't like this Astrobot slander.
I mean, currently, for there was a period there where I was like, Xbox is slow, PlayStation slow. Xbox is winning. They had a vow coming. Now, without a vow coming, I'm putting PlayStation above them again, even with the minimal of just Astrobot. I think at least
you think Astrobot's going to be better than Indiana Jones?
I think currently, I'm saying with a TBA 2024, I'm currently feeling more confident about.
So if Indy comes out, that would probably push. I don't know. It's a weird year. The thing is, right, it's a weird year, but then again, I feel like there's still so much coming out that I'm looking forward to and excited for that maybe I don't mind Avowed not coming out till February. Like, there's still lots of other stuff.
I'm going to say why I do, because I've seen this a few times where people are like, yeah, there's nothing else much coming out there. There are so many games slated for 2025 at this stage that I just fucking like.
But at least this is February. This is going to get its shit out of the way early.
Yeah.
It's not great for it.
Until something else moves and announces for February or fucking.
Yeah.
Next thing, like Fable comes out February as well. Oh,
fucking Microsoft, my
Doom
God.
comes out February. I don't know. Who knows? What do you reckon, Ash?
I mean, yeah, sure, whatever they want to do. I don't think there's was going to be a massive overlap between the audiences for these games.
No, I think they're full of shit. I think they're full of shit, and there is definitely other reasons and beliefs in the background. But I think they're doing this to kind of take the heat away from the team, so it's like nothing to do with the team itself, which I think is fair. I think that's what, for Microsoft, takes the heat and goes, yeah, it was an us decision rather than a Bethesda decision or not Bethesda, fucking Obsidian decision.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. I think that's a better way to do it rather than the team taking any more kind of unneeded pressure.
And there's also the Dragon Age of it all. Do you want to go kind of head to head?
Apparently getting its release date this week.
Let's go! As it comes out the same week as Avowed was supposed to, and you're like,
imagine. That explains everything.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. But no, I think
big props to the Dragon Age if that is what happened. If that is roughly what happens, then it's like
to be fair, Avowed hadn't locked in the date, so we'll never know.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But we'll just assume that they moved because.
Well, no, because the assumption was it was coming out remember when they did that accidental date and then they pulled it back and then that was a thing.
Yes.
So people were like, oh, that must have been like the soft date that they didn't want out there yet. But so that's why everyone sort of, even though Xbox hadn't officially given a date, everyone had this like.
So November 12th.
Yeah.
Was when it was all maybe going to come out.
Yeah, maybe going to come out. All right. Game Informer is shutting down. The Verge writes, Game Informer, one of the last remaining gaming magazines, is shutting down after 33 years. The GameStop-owned publication announced on Friday the magazine's entire staff is being laid off. In a statement posted to X, the publication didn't give any reason for the shutdown. GameStop didn't immediately reply to a request for comment. Last year, GameStop CEO and chairman Ryan Cohen told staff that, quote, every expense at the company must be scrutinized under a microscope and all waste eliminated, end quote. According to an email obtained by Kotaku. In March, Game Informer introduced out a way to subscribe to the magazine directly. Previously, you could only get the magazine by buying issues on their own or through a GameStop Pro subscription. Quote, hard times, layoffs, cancellations, and closures have impacted thousands of game developers and publishers, as well as other outlets like us that celebrate games, said editor-in-chief Matt Miller in a blog post about the announcement. The final farewell from Game Informer was posted up on their X account / Twitter account. After 33 thrilling years of bringing you the latest news, reviews, and insights for the ever-evolving world of gaming, is with a heavy heart that we announced the closure of Game Informer. From the early days of pixelated adventure to today's immersive virtual realms, we've been honored to share this incredible journey with you, our loyal readers. While our presses may stop, the passion for gaming that we've cultivated together will continue to live on. I'm with the side of people that believe that was written by AI also. I do not believe that someone wrote the line from the early days of pixelated adventures to today's immersive virtual realms. I don't believe a human wrote that.
Yeah.
I do not believe a human wrote that. That's way
At least
too weird.
none of the writers for Game Informer.
Yeah. Obviously Game Informer, I think, a lot bigger in the US than it was in Australia. But how does everyone feel about? Well, we had our own run here for 5, 6, 7 years, whatever it was, the Australian team. But Ash, how do you? What was your reaction to the news? And
yeah, I mean, it's disappointing. Like another mainstay of the industry, like kind of gone, like seemingly for no apparent reason. I think they'd be doing reasonably well numbers. I mean, the print magazine was always, never going to do numbers, I assume, or never going to be how it was back in the day. I mean, the entire publishing industry is dying a very slow death. But yeah, I mean, very disappointing to see. It's fair to say.
I think it's for anybody, especially around our age. I think even though Game Informer is not something I had taken part in recent history, or like kind of, I don't think I'd read anything from Game Informer or seen anything Game Informer wise for a while. I still think it hits a nostalgia button for me. It's sad to see it go. Like anybody around our age, like for me, it's not a tradition, but like Game Informer had the best covers, and I could always remember going to the supermarket or the news agents or wherever with my parents, and like every time I'd go off to be able to go look at something or see something, it would be at a Game Informer because it had interesting. There's one, and I saw somebody share it the other day, of the cover for Final Fantasy X's release with Titus or Titus, how the fuck you want to say it, on the front, and the other characters around him. I think you see that, and there's probably many others that you would see, and though you don't remember it beforehand, instantly you would feel young again. You would feel like you were a kid again seeing it. It's sad that that's something they can't capture in a way that helps them keep the brand alive and keep the company riding. But it's just another bastion that's slowly falling in the changes of time.
I'm not going to say anything I haven't said a million times recently, but yeah, just another super sad continuing downward trend of media within the games industry, and I don't think this will end up just being the games industry either. Is my thing. I think this is going to spread to a point where you'll see, even like, would be surprised if you see this happen, affect movie and TV, some of those places eventually as well. I just think that no one's buying this shit, and they just want to get their opinions by fucking YouTubers and TikTokers. No one unfortunately wants to buy a magazine or read a website.
Yep.
Like not to the numbers that could sustain like they used to, I guess, is the thing. I mean, and also I went and found just then, having a look out of just for comparison, but I went and found Dave Milner's post from when he announced that Game Informer Australia was shutting down, And in his post, he says that, and this is from 2 years ago at this stage, but in his post where he announced that, he said the readership for the magazine was up 19% when they shut it down.
Yeah,
But
the it isn't growing at higher rate than it was the previous year.
Yeah.
It's all about growth.
Yeah.
Unsustainable growth.
Yeah.
Capitalism, all right?
I've seen a lot of people sharing some of their favorite covers too. I'm probably gonna pick one that's not a unique opinion, but I remember going to EB Games here to pick up, and I brought all 3 variants of it, but for the Batman Arkham City one, and there was a stage there where I had them nicely in a sleeve, so I could have them all next to each other, like laid out on my shelf here, and everything like that. So over the years, they've had some stellar fucking covers, artwork wise.
Yep. Well, I'd say one of the most annoying things is obviously this message has gone up on the Game Informer website, and they pulled everything else down.
They put everything. People can't even get back into
check their articles, or a lot of people want to archive stuff,
back up their work or anything like that. No
bullshit.
Yeah,
you can't even leave it up for a week.
24 hours. I don't know.
I don't think it's going to affect your service that much if there's multiple pages. I don't know how the service and stuff work.
No, I do. I cannot. When you think, can you imagine just waking up and just being like, yeah, you don't have a job anymore, and then also no, you can't back up all the work you've done.
All your stuff that you ever did, deleted.
Yeah, disgusting.
Anything worse would be waking up and looking on social media and finding out you don't have a job anymore.
Well, yeah, and then not being able to back it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sucks. Look, this isn't a. I also think it falls into the unfortunate thing where I'm I wasn't surprised, but it still sucks, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, little PSA. I don't know if you saw this. I assume you already saw this, Ash. But after its 22-hour-long documentary series first debut, Double Fine has released an update to Psych Odyssey, running over 90 minutes long. The episode subtitled "We Wrote It All Down" is the direct continuation of the acclaimed series Double Fine Adventure and offers even deeper insight into the passion, humor, and heartbreak of the video game development. The episode also chronicles the studio reflecting on the launch of Psychonauts 2 and Psycho Odyssey documentary series, while also looking forward to future and return to smaller projects. They also announced that they were doing a I think limited run. They don't have it here.
Yeah,
I think limited run is doing a physical edition release of the whole documentary series, which I think is pretty cool. And that's a first, I think, of any of these new age these last 5 years or whatever of video game documentaries that has actually got a physical release. And I don't know if you know this, Ash, but I'm a big fan of physical.
Yeah, a big fan of physical media.
A big fan of physical media. So
so you better get it.
Tempted.
Better get it.
Well, it costs. It only costs an arm and a leg to fucking.
It's a good watch. I didn't realize it was another episode, so I'm looking forward to watching that probably after we're done recording. After getting other stuff done, but yeah,
because you've watched it.
You should all watch it.
Yeah, because you watched it all. What I remember you
I think it was last year.
Now. Last year,
early last year. So
yeah, okay.
And we should all go check it out because odds are Double Fine won't be around much longer because Xbox is probably going to.
Oh, that's
because that's what Xbox does, all right? That's what the game industry does. As soon as they put out the next game, sorry.
Psychonaut 2 did not live up to expectations. Didn't deliver the numbers. I'm going to be honest. There's always been a part of my brain that's expected something like that to happen with Double Fine. And then I was going to be like, why would you yeah, that's you're Double Fine. How did you think that was going to go?
Oh my God.
How did it go last time you teamed up with Xbox?
No, it's fine. They'll just come back as Triple Fine. Yeah,
It's fine.
Tim Schafer this year.
All right, last news story for the week. EB World Plus is a new paid membership that offers extra trade value and other bonus offers, right? Shannon over at Pressstart. After a few days of teasing, EB Games has today announced EB World Plus, a paid membership tier that is designed to coexist with EB World and bring a bunch of offers. It will cost you $25 for 3 months or $49 for the year. And if you do sign up for the year, you'll get a free bonus gift valued at $30. And for the month of August, that's a themed ramen bowl from the likes of Star Wars, Ditto, and Lilo and Stitch. The other incentives are a mixed bag ranging from the double carrots for all purchases, 5% extra trade value, stacks with the EB World bonus, 5% off digital currencies and content, and then basically buy 10 and get 1 free boosters up to $15, pop vinyls up to $35, clothing items up to $70, and socks up to $10. The internet collectively said, fuck off this week. What did you think, Ash?
Whatever. It's a dumb idea.
Pulls out his card. I've signed up already.
I really want that ramen bowl. I think it's dumb if you just randomly decide to get this for whatever reason. You're like, oh yeah, okay, $50. EB Games deserves your money because if you want to just hand it over like that, whatever. I'm sure there is a very small subsect of people who this will be good value for.
If you're
a very, very small subsect.
I guess if you're, for whatever reason, you're trading a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, if you're a hardcore trader or you go to EB Games purely to get your virtual currency. But even then, you need to buy $1,000 worth of virtual currency before you break even. So
yeah,
or you need to be buying a ton of shirts. Like you only buy shirts.
I feel like there's only two. There's the two groups of people that can collectively get their money back fastest for this, and it's nothing to do with video games. It's if you go buy if you love buying Pokemon trading cards from EB Games, which is dumb because they're overpriced. But if that's what you're doing, then
you don't have any other option.
That's your only choice. Yeah,
that's your only choice. Sure. Then this could be good value if you buy enough. And then also weirdly, if you are a pop vinyl freak and you buy them all from EB Games, then you could get your value back from this also back after like your 10th purchase as well, I guess.
No, it would be.
Well, you're already the whole thing is you're already
third purchase.
No, well, because you're already $30 down, right? Isn't that the thing? Like you pay $50.
You're $50 down.
You get a no. You pay $50.
I guess you get
a $30 ramen bowl. So you only got to make $20 back, and then you're even.
But that's if you yourself find value in a $30 ramen bowl.
Well, who wouldn't?
I mean, it is a $30 ramen bowl. That's just fact. It's $30. Or you just wait till next month and see what the next gift is.
The thing is, right? I guess, were you going to what were the chances of you ever spending $30 on a ramen bowl?
I think for a lot of people, zero.
If it was like the perfect gift for somebody,
I don't think
hardcore into Pikachu and they really love ramen, homemade ramen. That's it.
And that was only for August, wasn't it? It's going to change.
Yeah, it's going to change. Yeah,
which means which is fucking dumb, right? Because then it's like, if I honestly, if I paid my $49, I would want the thing every month. Because what if the thing on next month is better than this month's? What if I signed up this month, but if I'd waited a month, I would have got something better that would have been more value for me?
It's just bad luck.
Snooze, you lose,
They've got an Naruto ramen bowl.
So I'll have an EB World Plus trade Facebook
also,
page where
you're already saving money because it's $25 for 3 months, $49 for 12 months. So, you're saving $50 already.
And I was only going to burn that $50 prior anyway, so.
Yeah.
Like, I have a match ready to go. All right, EB.
No, the funniest reaction I saw was someone got very upset that people were going to be earning double carrots, so they'll be leveling up their membership faster. Like, no, I ground all the way up to level 5. Is bullshit. These people getting these easy carrots.
I mean, I got to be honest. I did see this and I was like, that's kind of funny because it does force those people who want to stay in the elusive EB World level 5 membership thing. They're going to have to pay for this solely so they can stay in the race, basically.
In the top percent, yeah.
Yeah, which is quite funny to me. What do you make of all this, Kieran?
I think if this is EB's attempt at saving the brick and mortar store and saving itself as a company, I think they're going about it the wrong way. I think they are. I think there's other things they could do that they haven't already doing that would be more reasonable for them, you know? Like, I've never seen EB go out and sponsor a bunch of content creators. I've never seen them go down that route. I've never seen them go out and find a way to break into the markets and break into the communities to reinstall itself as a place to go to buy video games, you know? Like, it's
which is crazy considering they've started selling, you know, microphones and headsets and cat phones and, you know, microphone arms and that kind of shit, you know?
Yeah, like, they've gone into it. They've gone into your figures and stuff. Why aren't you breaking into that scene and sponsoring people or being more of a presence at PAX, being more of a presence at, like, fuck, you used to have the EB Games, like, convention years ago. Like, but what they show no presence at. Like, imagine if they did, like, an EB Games mega store at PAX.
Remember they did
like
a couple
early on.
years ago. I can't remember
Before
what
COVID.
year it was, but we were there. It was the first year that they cancelled EB World thing.
Yeah,
and they combined it to PAX, and they had a massive EB Games
booth,
like shop booth.
It was
thing there.
the year Red Dead Redemption came out because I remember I swapped my card.
Yeah, but it was only that year. It was never a thing again.
Yeah, like, I just think there's for EB Games, which is you know, a dying business at the moment, sadly. Like, and they've tried to reinvent themselves with Zing, and they've been trying to do more in that space. Like, I think there's better options than to be starting off a membership that just rehashes a lot of the stuff you've already been giving to people and doing to people.
What do you reckon? How do we fix this? What do you reckon would be good? What would you spend $50 on? What do you reckon would be good? Like, if we stick to the $50 for a year, like, if you could even pick,
if EB Games, like, sign up to, like, a bunch of, like, extra content for different video games, or, like, if you got, like, I guess this is a bad thing, but if you got to pay into that, and, like, when EB Games gets, like, their super fucking rare, like, collector's editions and stuff like that, you get to be first. You get like the first entry into buying.
That's
those.
what the level 5 is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what the level 5
is. For the extra special, so maybe just the normal collector's edition. I think like 10% off pre-orders or something like that. Something you like that actually, you know, discounts the actual product that people are going to your thing.
Get it like
to buy.
Get a fast pass line for your
10% off pre-owned game or 20% off pre-owned games all the time.
You know,
something like that.
Get a fast pass to your store. So on days where it is like console launches or video game like release dates or stuff, or days where you have long lines forming in EB Games, there is a second line for your subscribers, your subscribe paid tiers, where they can skip queues and just go to the front of the line to grab stuff.
Would you pay for that?
I personally wouldn't, because I'm against all things physical media. But, like, the only time I go to EB Games realistically is when I have to buy a new console, and they have good deal. And if they have a good deal on it, like, that's the only time I'll go and purchase out of EB Games.
I mean, the other one people have been throwing around is free online shipping. That would be.
Yep.
That would get my $50 probably if I was an EB Games purchaser.
I think
or customer.
yeah. I think free online shipping is the number one. That would start to because straight away a lot of people for Amazon Prime, even if you don't use anything else, including the membership and stuff, if you buy enough things from Amazon in a year, the free shipping just pays for itself. So similar sort of thing if you buy enough from EB Games online to justify that. And then I would I think a numerical, I don't know what number without, but I do think a 10% off all pre-orders or 15%, even higher, is good, because if it's good enough, it'll actually get people pre-ordering more, which is what they want anyway.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like everyone wins scenario.
Yeah, and usually I'm assuming pre-orders at EB, the customer usually doesn't come in and go, "Oh, I saw it cheaper somewhere else."
No, they just drop the money.
They just go, "I've already paid for it. Whatever."
Yeah, that's
the price I'm going to pay for it. I'm not going to shop around.
Yeah, and it incentivizes you. If they had, let's say they had 10-15% off pre-orders, but there was no you don't have any. There's no percentage off once it's out. It would incentivize people to want to pre-order more if it was a good percentage off. Just drop the money, I think they would be the top two for me, those two things.
I'd probably $50.
I don't think I would still buy it because I don't buy enough from EB Games, but I think that would start building towards. You could chuck a bunch of these other buy 10 junk things on there after that maybe, and it at least looks like something. I mean, at this stage, it's a video game shop website, but I mean, as we all know, it's not really anymore. And looking at the list of benefits, you're like, where's the video game? Where's the video game? I guess you get extra trade value. There's no actual video game incentives there, which is weird. Alrighty. And on that note, that'll do it for this week's episode of Arcade Couch. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us on the couch this week. Hope you had a good time. Kieran looks so confused. I'm not sure why, but he does.
There's another thing in the show notes.
I have decided to hold, so thanks for calling me out. But anyway, fuck you.
Well, I'm just explaining why Kieran's confused.
Just moving on. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you here next week, same time, same couch. Until then, have a good week. Goodbye.